Hello, everybody. Oh, let's reframe me here. Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful week. We've had some lovely weather here. It's really feeling like spring. If you have any questions during this live stream, please jump in the comments, and then I can address them before I shut down everything. Oh, zippy here, aren't we? Okay, let's get a little bit. Lift up this side a little bit more. Maybe too much. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. Okay. So these are Flow Together Wednesdays that I'll be doing while the studios are closed. We had opened up for a couple months, and after spring break, we've had to put the studios on pause again. So I intend to be here for most of spring. Into summer, I might be shifting outside to some local people so that we can safely do some yoga together, but we'll see. All right, today's flow is going to be all about Vishuddha chakra. That's our throat chakra. And we're going to do more than just our neck exercises. But yeah, the idea is to get into kind of the symbolism of as what that chakra represents. So to start, we are going to begin in a child's pose. So now choose your child's pose the way you can settle in. You know, child's pose of choice. So knees wide, knees together, arms extended, arms alongside the body, arms threaded through the knees, and one cheek into the ground. Actually, don't turn one cheek into the ground. Have it set up so that you're either resting your forehead. Yeah, you're resting your forehead. Find a place to rest your forehead. I want you to be symmetrical. Okay? So we're not going to turn one cheek into the mat. And really find a nice rhythm to the breath. Use the exhales to sink into the points of connection between you and the earth. Explore the inhales, where they go. And as we're here, before we start moving, let's start to practice a little Ujjayi breathing. That means victorious breath. And it's a breath that we talk about a lot. It's the one where you gently constrict the throat. You might not know how to consciously constrict the throat. It's basically getting a slight snory sound, that kind of deep. The breath that pulls from the top of the throat rather than coming from behind the nose. So just listen to that whisper. Let your breath whisper. And let that gentle whisper help you ride the current moment, ever unfolding present tense. If you're a visual person, maybe you start to imagine a crystal blue light all around the neck area, originating from that place of sound, that place of whisper. And so I'm taking the time here to get us into Ujjayi because I'd like to keep Ujjayi going through the whole practice. It's a sound that kicks in our parasympathetic nervous system suppresses the release of stress hormones, encourages the release of chill hormones. Okay, let's start moving. This is a Vinyasa class, so let's start moving it around. So we're gonna walk the hands in, and we're gonna really wake up the throat by starting right away with a lion's breath. So we're gonna flip the palms, and the fingers come in toward the body. They separate them out a little bit so we can kind of give our chest our proud chest some space. And we want the back nice and long. So if you're finding yourself collapsing a bit, then we can maybe walk the hands in a little bit more. If that's not working out at all, then we can sit up on the knees. Okay, so we're gonna take a nice big inhale, and then we're gonna, because we're at home and nobody's here to see us, we can be uninhibited with our lion. So the lion is mouth as wide open as it can go, tongue stretching down as far as it can, gaze up at the brow, slightly cross-eyed, and letting yourself roar without a voice. It's a voiceless roar. So let's go ahead and take a big inhale through the nose, lift the chin, open the mouth wide. Just like that. Nice big inhale. Stretch the mouth with that one. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, we get working up the throat. Let's sit back on our heels, release the hands, maybe just make a few little circles with the wrists. And just gotta feel out that energy of what that woke up. The Vishuddha chakra is the chakra of expression and communication, and not only the way we communicate with other people vocally or through our bodies, but also the way we talk to ourselves, what our inner dialogue might be like. So I'm going to be kind of focusing on our inner dialogue, the way we express ourselves to ourselves. So let's start moving. On that note, we're going to come onto hands and knees, take a cat-cow, touch the toes, get nice and active through the feet, drop the belly on an inhale, pull the navel in on an exhale, and you can find some play in this ebb and flow of breath. You might want to rock forward and back. But just make sure on that inhale, you lift the chin, get some space through the front of the throat. And then tuck it in on that exhale. If you're not used to doing Ujjayi, practice it in these moments of peace. And we'll cross at the ankles, roll onto our Sukhasana Pose. Sukhasana Pose, that's a redundant. It's a Sukhasana. Asana means pose. Okay, let's inhale to rise up. Exhale, we're going to twist. Oh no, that's not how I wanted to start. Okay. Okay, we're going to interlace the fingers and set the chin on the knuckles. Yes, this is where I wanted to start. Relax the shoulders down. Push them, actually push them down. As we push up to the knuckles, we're pushing down to the chin. And now as we inhale, just moving the cervical spine. We're going to lift the chin and lift we're going to keep the chin there. We're going to lift the elbows. Keep a nice long spine. And now just the cervical spine is going to move as we exhale and bring the elbows together, keeping the shoulders down. So this is not cat-cow. This is just through the neck. Inhale, lifting the side body, pressing down on the chin, pressing down through the chin, and exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, pull the shoulders down. Give your neck lots of space. Inhale. And release the arms. I'm going to inhale the arms up. And exhale, we're going to bring the right hand to the right knee. I'm not mirroring you right now. The left hand comes behind the body. We come into a twist, move the chest around to the left, and roll this left shoulder open. Maybe look back. Now on our inhale, if it's okay for the neck, we're going to look back over the right shoulder to the right knee. And as we exhale, look back into the twist. Inhale. Chin turns over the right shoulder. And exhale, chin turns over the left. Or toward the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. As we exhale, keep the hand where it is, but just release this back hand. Just release the left hand. We're going to set it on top of the right hand. Okay, so we're kind of angled in the same direction as the knee. I want you to just kind of slump back. Tuck the chin into this notch at the base of the throat and pull the shoulders forward. So you're creating, what we're doing is we're creating some space, particularly under the right shoulder blade. This is really good for when you have one of those weird kinks close to the spine there. Let's inhale on up and release. Inhale the rise. Exhale the twist. Set your twist up, chest turning. We're using the left hand as a lever, but try not a crank. A lever, but not a crank. Right fingertips behind the spine, roll open the right shoulder. Next inhale, we look back toward the left knee. Try to keep the chin level. And exhale. Inhale back. Next one, inhale forward. Keep the left hand where it is. We'll release the right hand, set the right on top of the left. And we're going to rock back toward the left sit bone, tuck the chin into the notch, and feel this delicious pull, particularly on the left shoulder blade. And come on up and release. Let's take our hands onto our shoulders and we'll inhale, the elbows come together. At the top of the inhale, we're up. And as we exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, roll them up. And exhale down. Let's let the spine join in. So as we come down, we curl. And as we inhale, we lift up. Lift the heart. Exhale. Next time we come up, let's blossom the arms out. And exhale back down. Come back onto hands and knees. Come into our tabletop. Okay, we're going to do 8-point Dandasana. So walk the hands a bit forward. Come into knees plank. Inhale here. As we exhale, let's tuck the tailbone up. Now we're kind of in an extended cat-cow. As we exhale, reach the chest between the hands, chin forward of the hands, elbows close to the body, bum stays up to the sky. Okay, to transfer from here, we're going to tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in, and set the pelvis down and let the chest rise. Exhale to come back down. Push up onto knees plank. Exhale back to child. So with our toes flexed. Okay. As we inhale, roll it back open into our knees plank. Exhale, lift the tailbone, reach the chest and chin forward and down. Tuck the pelvis forward. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to come down. Inhale to push up. And exhale back. Do one more like that. Roll it out, inhale. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Chest and chin. Inhale, set the pelvis, lift the heart. Exhale. Push on up to the knees. And back to the heels. Okay, let's come back up to the tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to extend the right leg out, bend the foot toward the sky, and sink into the right hand. And we'll take the left hand, bring it around, grab that foot, kick into the hand. This is our inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to curl. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, find the opposite hand to opposite foot. Inhale to kick into the hand, drop the belly. Exhale to release. Inhale in the bird dog pose. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach it out. And exhale down. Same thing, other side. Let's bend the back knee, reach around, grab the foot, kick into the hand. Lift the chin. This is our inhale. Inhale. Exhale, release and extend long. Inhale in the extension. Exhale, pull the navel in. Tuck the chin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach around. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, find the bird dog, neutral spine. Inhale in the bird dog. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale around. And bring it back down. Sway the hips from side to side. Okay, we're going to kind of put those two together. So we're going to walk the hands out into our knees, plank, tuck the toes. Exhale, lower chest and chin to the ground. Inhale here, and exhale, push up. Okay, adding that, we're going to do that same action except with the right leg extended. So bring the hips forward so that we're shoulders over wrist. Exhale, chest and chin reaches forward. Right leg goes up to the sky. Inhale in the pose. Exhale, push up. Inhale here. Exhale. Exhale. Okay, this time we're going to lower down. And then we're going to bend that heel toward the bum. Pull the shoulders away from the ground. Okay. Inhale long. Exhale, bend. Inhale long. And exhale. Inhale long. Exhale, push up. Inhale, find length through the toes, and exhale, release. Sway the hips. Now we'll switch sides. So set yourself up, make sure you have that knees plank distance, and we'll extend the left leg up. Pull the shoulders over the wrists, and as we exhale, chest and chin. Inhale in the pose. Exhale to move. Next one, we're down. Elbows bend backwards, hugging close to the body. Inhale, reach the ball of the big toe. Exhale, bend the heel toward the bum. Inhale long. Exhale, bend. I think we did an extra one there. Inhale, the leg straight. Exhale, push back up. And lower that leg down. Let's make some big circles with the hips this time. Walk the hands in so we can get the benefit of rolling out the wrist this way. back the other way. And hands at the top of the mat, tuck the toes. Let's come up to our down dog. Let's make sure we have a good distance for our down dog by coming into plank without moving our feet. Adjust for the perfect plank and set back up. Finish your next exhale. Look to the hands, step or hop on top of the mat. Whoop. Soften the knees, relax the arms, opposite palm to opposite elbow. Feel the body out of the hips. Sway. Explore the shape today. Explore your hamstrings. Explore the spine with the breath. And then release the arms. Pull the navel away from the thighs. Keep the head and shoulders heavy as we roll on up to stand. Once we get up here, feet about mat width apart, and just take a little shoulder height swing. Notice how the feet want to move, so just be soft with the movement. So you can pivot on the back foot. I don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Just let it happen. And come on back to center. Let's step the feet in under the hips. We're going to interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, press the hips forward, lift the heart, lift the chin. And inhale here. One more inhale here. Press the heart. As we exhale, we're going to lead with the heart. Soften the knees enough that we can get the ribs, the chest, onto the legs. And then release the head. If it's available, that's when we start to straighten the legs. Okay, straighten the legs meaning we pop up like this and keep the legs bent. Okay, keep pulling the palms together to create space across the heart. Gently sway the chin from side to side. Finish your next exhale, and we'll let the knuckles pull us up with a flat back. Stop halfway, make sure your back is flat and we're not rounding. Okay? Pull a flat back all the way up. Press it forward. Release the hands, give them a little shake. Okay, we're going to do our sun salutation, and this time as you move through your sun salutation, focus on your Ujjayi. Focus on the breath. Let the breath be the main focus of your sun salutation. It'll be sun salutation C, because that one tends to get everything. So come to the top of the mat, as the heart center. Start your Ujjayi. As we inhale, let's lift. Look up at the thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the right foot, lower on the back knee. Sweep the forearms forward and up on the inhale. Circle the arms around and down on the exhale. Step back to down dog. Up on the toes, inhale, roll out into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come forward into cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, send it through the hands, lower on the back knee. Inhale the rise, reach forward and up. Exhale, circle around and down. Step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Press the hips forward. Exhale, come to neutral. Other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot this time, lower on the back knee. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Down dog. Inhale up on the toes to ripple out into plank. Exhale to set the knees, reach the chest and chin forward. Open throat. Inhale, set the hips, lift the heart. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, send it to the top of the mat. Inhale, circle the arm. Exhale, reach forward and down. Step it forward. Inhale, a flat back. Exhale, melt. Inhale to rise through a flat back. Exhale, namaste. Beautiful. So check in with your inner dialogue as we move through the next couple standing poses. Just kind of take a listen. Listen to how you talk to yourself. Listen to the words that ripple up through the mind. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands. This time we're going to step or float it back and lower down on exhale. Inhale, press the heart forward. And exhale to down dog. Inhale the right leg up, stack the hips. Exhale, bend that heel in toward the bum. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Knee reaching up toward the sky. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, drop the right shoulder. Maybe we peek under our left armpit and can say hi to the right toes. Hi, right toes. Okay, inhale to straighten. Exhale, send it through the hands. So we're going to pivot on the back foot. Wait, no, we're not. We're going to stay up on the foot. And we can have blocks under our hands. Drop the hips. Inhale, lift out of the lunge, and exhale to sink that left hip into the ground. Inhale, just a little back up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift it. And exhale, down. One more. Inhale. Just really dive into that stretch. Okay, set the left hand under the shoulder. And we're going to sweep the right hand up. Okay, try to stack as much as possible. Drop the hip. And then we're going to bring the fingers to the ear, just to the back of the ear there. Okay. This is our inhale, elbow pointing to the sky. Our exhale, we're going to circle that elbow around, lift the hips just a little bit so we can point the elbow at the back foot. Inhale to open up into a bit of a twist. Drop the hips. Exhale, spiral it. Inhale. The right shoulder's close to the knee on that exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale, frame that front foot. Straighten them both legs. So we come into a pyramid variation. So we're going to reach the back heel toward the ground. Lift the right toes. Reach the crown of the head for the knee. Okay, let's bend into that knee. Let's set up our crescent lunge. Make sure the right knee stays over the left. We'll inhale to rise. Do a little spring breathing. As we inhale, we draw in. As we exhale, we blossom out. Inhale, draw into the heart center, tuck the chin. Exhale, lift the chin. Open the heart and the throat. Inhale. Okay, next time we come in, the left arm is going to come over the right, and we come into eagle arms. Pull the shoulders right on down. Pull the elbows down. And then as we inhale, we lift the elbow. Exhale, pull everything down. Inhale, as we lift the elbows, maybe we lean back a little bit. And exhale, pull it in. Inhale to lift. bring it in. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Oh, if ever you want to drop that back knee, feel free. Interlace the fingers, lift the heart. We're going to do one lion's breath. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. That's right. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down. We'll step it back. Take a vinyasa. You can wait in down dog if you like. If you're not into doing the vinyasas, or maybe today your wrists don't feel so good, there's always that option. 3 breaths here. Coming back to your Ujjayi. Coming back to all the dancing sensations in the body. Coming back to the words that ripple through your brain. Whether it's talking to yourself or maybe you're targeting me. That's okay. I noticed a lot of the things, especially the judgy voice. Oh my goodness. If I was ever in a class and that teacher was really arousing my judgy voice, I knew that I probably had to take that teacher several more times. All right, exhale everything. Let's inhale the left leg up. Open the hips, reach it up as high as you can. Yeah, as we exhale, we're going to bend the heel toward the glute so the knee is pointing up to the sky. Okay. Inhale to extend. Exhale, let the weight of that foot kind of open the hip. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Again, let's keep it there. Now let's see how we can play in this pose by dropping the left shoulder. Okay, because it wants to lift with the rest of the body. We'll drop the left shoulder. Maybe we can sneak a peek at our toes under the right armpit. Okay, let's inhale, big. Exhale, step that foot to the front of the mat. Okay, stay up on the back heel, or stay up on the back knee. Have our blocks under our hands. We have our hands framing the foot. Okay, so the armpit is kind of clamping the left knee. So we'll inhale, just lifting the hips a bit, and as we exhale, give love to the hip flexor, top of the quad. Unless we're doing yoga, we miss that. We miss getting that opening. Press back strongly through the back heel. The point of contact is across the balls of the toes, but particularly in that big toe mound. Okay, we're going to sink the weight into the right hand, but lift up out of the shoulder. Turn the chest toward the left. Okay? Hand reaches up for the sky. Drop the hips a bit. And we're going to take these fingers to the back of the ear. And on the exhale, we're going to circle the elbow around, point to the back toes. Inhale the spiral open. Exhale the spiral down. Inhale, chest turns to the left, hips sink. Exhale, left elbow kisses the left inside of the left knee. And inhale, open up. Arms stack on top of arms. Exhale, close. Inhale, offer the heart forward. Exhale, lift the hips, lift the front toe. Maybe that right heel gets to the ground, maybe not. Don't step it in. Keep a nice big stance. Because it's a pyramid variation. We're not in full pyramid. Blocks under the hands, if you would prefer. And next time I come up, we're going to hold here. My friends who are pretty stretchy can work to get the right cheek to the outside of the left knee. Roll the right hip forward. Pull the left hip back. Find your Ujjayi. Let's inhale forward. find our nice comfortable crescent lunge stance and rising up. Again, you could you could do this whole thing. I find it's much easier to do fast than slow. You can do this whole thing with the back knee on the ground. Okay? If you find that this is getting a little too intense to keep the ujjayi going and the focus going, then feel free to come on down. Now let's inhale to bring our hands into heart center. Let's exhale to blossom them out, rainbow out. Yeah. Inhale to come in. Tuck the chin in the notch. Exhale, lift the heart, lift the chin. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale in. Exhale out. Okay, now we're going to bring the right arm over the left, come into eagle arms. Okay, backs of the hands or palms. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale to pull everything down. Now really pull the shoulders down. Now keep the shoulders down as we inhale to lift the elbows. Maybe we add a little back bend to our inhales. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, release the arms, interlace the fingers behind the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart, take a big inhale and line it out. Beautiful. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down, step it on back. And we'll take a vinyasa. Hang out here in vinyasa, or you can settle into child if you're feeling like you prefer child at this time. To come back to the Ujjayi breathing. So Vishuddha means purify or purity. And it links to the idea of right speech. I'm going to talk, I'm going to come down. So stay either in child or downward dog. How do you know if you have right speech? A really good one is the 3 gates that the Dalai Lama talks about. And he, of course, drew this from the basic principles of various Eastern philosophies. Right speech is, you get 3 tests, 3 gates, 3 tests. Is it true? Okay, that's the first one. You need to get that one out. Is it necessary? And is it kind? So when we talk about Vishuddha chakra, we can't really ignore those 3 tests to the way we speak to others and the way we speak to ourselves. And we tend to romanticize, I say it like it is, I give the honest truth. It's like, yeah, well, real truth can be expressed in kindness, right? So this romanticization of the harsh truth is, I think, a bit of a myth, and I think it could be a bit damaging, because you notice those people who always speak harsh truths. Why are the harsh truths always harsh? They don't have to be. When truth comes from a place of, truth, it can also be expressed through kindness. All right, if you're in child's pose, come on up to down dog. Find a nice comfortable down dog, test it out, make sure that we have a good distance between our hands and feet. And we're going to take the right hand and we're going to thread it under the body and take hold of the outside of the left leg. Either you can be at the thigh, you can be at the calf, you can be down to the ankle. We're going to roll the right shoulder under the body, and then we look under the right armpit, left armpit. I'm not mirroring you. Reach the tailbone up to the sky. Sink the heels toward the ground. Look past the left tricep. And release. We'll switch sides. Shift the weight into the right hand, free up the left hand. Let's roll the shoulder under the body to reach for the outside of the right leg. Wherever we're going to go with that. tailbone reaching, sits bones reaching. And maybe we can look past the right, outside of the right tricep. And find our Ujjayi. And release. Find your down dog. We'll inhale the right leg up. Exhale, send it to the hands. Pivot on the back toes. Circle it up around into our warrior two. Okay, set up a nice strong warrior two. The knee is tracking toward the little toe side of the right foot. And let's do some spring breathing. So we inhale to bring hands to heart center. Exhale the rainbow out. Inhale to draw in. Exhale. Inhale in. And exhale out. We're going to reach up with this right hand and tuck the arm behind the head. We're going to take the left fingers and hook the fingers. Okay? Then we're going to snuggle our right cheek into the upper right arm and draw the core in. Take a peek down at that knee because it likes to sink in toward the center line. We're not going to let it. We want it to lean out to the right. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale, release the arms. Come out over the extended leg. We're going to stay here. Reaching in opposite directions with the arms. Find the core. Want to get a nice stretch on that inner thigh. So check in with the hips. Make sure that we're lined up over the leg and not caving forward. If we are caving forward, we're going to tuck the hip in. Okay, keep all this length. Bend into the right knee. Settle the right elbow. Reach on up overhead. Inhale, lots and lots of length. And exhale, sweep the arm down. We'll take a nice big kind of loose circle with the shoulder. Just moving in through the shoulder. Beautiful. Look down at the right foot. Let's pivot as we pivot on the back foot, the left hand comes down, right hand comes down on the inside. We start to walk the hands out and find our lizard. And let's keep the knee hugged in close to the right side body. We can have our elbows on blocks if that feels good. And you can even drop the back knee. So one of the things that I like to do is turn those three gates onto my own inner dialogue. We have this inner nag. We have an inner critic. We have a monkey mind. And it's always good to test all those little voices with the three gates. Okay, if it's available, we're going to step that right foot back to meet the left. And we're on our elbows in a dolphin plank. And we're going to lower the head, but we're not going to touch the ground. We're going to walk the feet in. So if you can't make that transition, just come out of the lunge and then come into your dolphin. Okay, let's look at the knuckles from here. As we inhale, we're going to come forward. Chin's going to go past the knuckles. And as we exhale, press back to dolphin. Inhale to swim forward. Exhale. Press back. So my head is grazing, but it's not resting. One more. Inhale. And exhale back. Lower on the knees. Keep the knees together. Arms alongside the body. Forehead taps. Find the Ujjayi. So the next time the inner nag goes at you, you want to see if it can pass the three gates. Is it true? Check the facts. Our monkey mind tends to exaggerate everything. So strip away the exaggeration. Find it. Find the core. Find the source. And then
Check in. Is it necessary? I mean, it might have been necessary a few days ago. Is it necessary now? And if it is necessary, is there anything I can do about it? Is there an action I can take? Otherwise, there's no reason to tumble it over in the mind right now. And lastly, is it kind? The inner nag is rarely kind. So search for the kindness that inspires truth. Okay, let's send the hands forward. Let's lift up, come into our downward dog. On the next inhale, left leg goes straight up and back. Exhale, send it through the hands. Pivot on the back foot. Spiral up to warrior two. Check in with the knee. Make sure it's staying atop the ankle and it's kind of tending toward the left. Sink the weight into the outer left heel, right heel, outer right foot. Okay, as we inhale, bring the hands to heart center, tuck the chin. Exhale, rainbow it out into warrior two arms. Inhale, pull in. Exhale. I call this the spring breath. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to flip the left hand. We're going to reach it overhead. And we're going to hook fingers. Pull the right elbow back. Draw the navel in. Left cheek snuggles up against the left tricep. And we take a peek at that knee. Make sure that it's not caving in. A little bit of exalted to find the space in the left waist. Okay, on the next inhale, let's straighten the legs, reach out the arms. We're going to shift the hips back, reach over the legs, and stay here. Oh, yeah, the feet really matter here. Really need to be rooted into the outer right foot. Really need to be lined up over this front leg. Okay, keep this length through the body as we bend into the left knee and just settle the elbow there. Yeah, make our circles with our right shoulder. Every time we inhale, we're bringing that shoulder back behind us so we can start to spiral the heart toward the sky. Okay, let's inhale overhead. Get nice and long. Next exhale, we look down at the ground. Pivot on the right foot. So we come into a runner's lunge. Right hand under right shoulder. Left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. Hug that knee in. Keep that knee hugged in. Want to grow long out of the hips as we walk the hands forward and settle the elbows on the ground, coming into our lizard. Feel free to drop the back knee. And if you have the knee lifted, test it. Go ahead and test. So put the knee on the ground, see where your hips are, and then see if you can keep the hips that low as you press back through the heel. Little something to try. Play around with in your body. Okay, we're going to come into our dolphin plank to dolphin. So if you can go from here, do it. If you can't, bring both hands under the shoulders, step the foot back into plank, and then lower down onto your elbows. Okay. If you can make the transition from lizard, then go ahead and do it. Establish the plank, and then lift the hips. Start to walk the feet in. Let the heels sink toward the ground. Reach the tailbone up to the sky. Yeah, on our inhale, we're going to look up, swim the chin past the knuckles. As we exhale, come on back. Inhaling forward. pressing into the forearm so that the head doesn't collapse onto the ground. And exhale. Lower the knees. Don't let the knees be nice and wide. We're going to thread our arms through the hands, or through the hips. And the fingers are back by the toes. And this time we will turn one cheek to the mat. Lots of space between the legs to allow for full moon breaths. And let's turn the other cheek to the mat. And we'll sneak the arms out. How are we doing with time here? Ooh. And we'll cross the ankles and come onto our bums. Extend the legs long. Okay, we're going to sit up in a nice strong Dandasana. So let's flex the feet, roll the inner thighs toward the ground. The calves are so engaged that maybe the heels come off the ground a little bit. Let's roll the shoulder heads back, lift the heart, hands come close to the hips. Fan out the fingers, just like a down dog. Pull the hands back. They're not going to actually move. Pull the hands back to allow the chest to just very subtly move forward. And I'm not a big back bend, but at least move the chest ahead of the shoulder heads. Yeah. Find the core, reach out with the chin. Tuck the chin into that little notch at the base of the spine, or at the base of the neck. So cervical spine is bent, but the rest of the spine is long and straight. Breathe through the L of your body. Keep the navel tucked in. Find the breath in the side body, the side waist, the back ribs, the back waist. And release. Okay, we're going to come into our reverse plank. If reverse plank doesn't work out for you, you can take reverse tabletop. But let's do the flow into it first. So as we inhale, we rise out of our Dandasana. As we exhale, we reach past the toes. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands by the hips. Inhale, lift the hip. Hands behind the hips. Inhale to lift the hip. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach past the toes. Lean the heart forward. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, circle them around behind the body. Set them behind the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, reach it past the toes. Chest leads. Inhale, sweep it up. Rise up out of the sit bones. Exhale, arms circle around behind the body to come onto the mat. We're going to stay. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart, lift the hips, toes reach for the ground. Keep the shoulder blades supporting the heart. I see a lot of this. So really lift up out of the chest. Okay, now if it feels good, look up to the sky. If it feels nice for the neck, nice. Look for nice. Release the head. Find your Ujjayi. Again, if this is too much, walk the feet in and come into reverse tabletop. Chest stays the same. And exhale down.
Cross the legs. Go ahead and give our nice big wide reach. Press the chest forward. As we exhale, left arm comes over right. Eagle arms. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale to pull the elbows down. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale to lift. Just like in our crescent, but now we have more focus just on these lovely shoulders and neck muscles, the trapezius. Love them, love them, love them. And exhale. Now from here, right hand, I'm not mirroring, right hand takes hold of the left thumb. Got that? So the top arm, thumb is being held by the bottom armed hand. Okay, now we're going to gently pull that hand. So the left hand is pointing at my face, open to my face. We're just going to sneak it over to the left side. The right elbow is going to start to lift the left elbow. See that? See that little action happening? Now make sure the shoulders stay down. Keep the shoulders dropped. Okay. Now we're going to lean the head away from the hands. So the right ear is coming toward the right shoulder. Find the stretch in the side neck. And back to the center. Let's open up the arms nice and wide. And as we exhale, the right hand comes over left. We find our eagle arms. Inhale to lift the elbows. And exhale to pull everything down. Shoulders too. Keep the shoulders pulling down as the elbows lift. And let's come on down the next time. This time, left hand takes hold of the right thumb. Right hand's palm is pointed at me. And I just bring the hands over to the right side. And by that action, as I start to lift the left elbow, it lifts the right elbow. And you find something happening in the right shoulder. Lean the head away from the right shoulder. So as the right shoulder drops, we lean the head away from it, creating extra space. Make sure the spine is sitting up nice and tall. And release. Take a little circle with the shoulders. And let's look over the left shoulder. Chin over the left shoulder. And bring the chin over the right shoulder. And we are going to get ready for our shoulder stand bit. Okay, in shoulder stand, you have the option to drop 1 foot overhead. I'm going to show you that now so that you don't look at the screen while you're up in shoulder stand, because all the weight on the back of the head, we don't want to look around. Okay, that's too much weight on the neck. The neck isn't designed for that. So we're going to come up into shoulder stand as we come up. Okay, and you have the option on the exhales to drop the right foot overhead. Maybe it reaches the ground. Okay, on the inhale, we lift it up and switch sides. So we're going to do that about 3 times each side. Okay. So now, if you know you're not going to do shoulder stand, you can stick a bolster or block under your hips and just at least get the hips higher than the heart. And you can still do you can pull in 1 leg at a time, just like we are when we're up there. Okay. And eventually we're going to come into plow. So if all my friends on the ground can come into a kind of hamstring stretch, and then we'll roll out. Okay. So that's the sequence. So let's work our way into shoulder stand, whatever version we're going to be doing. I like to get a little momentum, catch my hips in my hands, start to snuggle my elbows in. See, I just looked over there. Not very wise. And we're going to feed the hips up toward the sky. Eventually getting the hips over the shoulders. If they come there, great. If not, if you're in a pike, don't worry about it. Okay? If this is where you're feeling good today, this is where you're feeling good today. Okay. All right.
If you want to do the dropping the right leg down as the left toes reach up, you can make that choice, doing it with your breath. Find your Ujjayi. One more each side. Next time you inhale up, let's take a full round of breath, reaching our toes toward the sky. And on the next exhale, both feet are going to come down toward the ground. Hips are going to press up to the sky. Maybe we free up our hands and interlace the fingers along the mat. I wouldn't advise doing the mudra. I would keep holding the hips if the toes aren't reaching the ground. If the toes are floating, go ahead and keep hold of the hips. All right, we're going to release the hands. We're going to slowly, from the top of the spine, so keep the legs heavy toward the face, top of the spine, middle of the spine, tailbone comes down last. Once we get down, let's go ahead and bring the feet to the mat width apart, knees up to the sky, and drop them from side to side. Let's bring the arms up overhead if it feels good. And the next time the knees head off to the right, we're going to just leave them there. If you'd like, you could take the outer right foot and settle it on the outside of the left knee, giving it some weight. So in this pose, all of our weight of our lower body is on our right bum, our right glute, and the feet. But most of the weight is on the right. It's on the right hip, back right hip. Now we can use this right foot to kind of draw the muscle of the left thigh down. And so we're not just pushing down to the ground, we're also like sliding it long toward the bottom of the mat. Soften the ribs in, especially on the exhale. If the foot is resting on the knee, go ahead and release it. Let's come back up to square and just kind of sway the knees from side to side a bit. And the next time they flop on over to the left, we'll keep them there. Right knee kind of sinks in toward the middle of the mat. We can take the left foot, set the outer blade on the outer knee, and just kind of slide it long. So not just down, slide it long, pull it down toward the bottom of the mat as we give it weight. So the weight is resting on the left glute. Let's make sure we're not clenching the bum here. And let's release. Come on back. And before we come into our final pose, let's make sure we get a fish, because after all the plow and the shoulder stand, that's kind of a lot of forward flexion for the cervical spine. So we're going to give it some extension. So lift the hips, get the hands under there, snuggle the ribs, or snuggle the elbows under the ribs, the wrists under the sacrum. Okay, palms face down. And then as we extend the legs, you notice that the bum comes onto the knuckles on the backs of the hands. Okay, push into the elbows to lift the head. Look at your toes. Almost like you're sitting on the beach and you're looking down past your toes at the waves. Okay, now lift the heart toward the sun. Release the head back. Let the crown of the head rest, or the top of your messy bun rest. Make sure those shoulder blades are snuggled under the heart. Feel the breath coursing along the length of your throat. Okay, finish the exhale, push into the elbows, gently tuck the chin, lower back down on the back of the head, walk the feet in, release the hands. Give the hands a little shake, sway the head from side to side. Just draw the knees into the chest, free range around the sacrum. So circling the knees, pulling them in and dropping them out, just kind of swaying from side to side, make infinities, just find whatever helps you release that lower back and give some love to the lower back and the sacrum. All right, we're getting ready for Shavasana. So set up how you like. I'm going to set up into kind of a fish Shavasana because it feels good for me. What that looks like, you got to get your bolster involved and some blocks. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit at the bottom of the bolster. Ooh, we're a little over time. So I'm going to do a short Shavasana with just a little bit of a meditation, and then we'll head into our day. So I'm sitting at the base of or like kind of toward the end of the bolster. I'm setting up the blocks so my feet can be more than hip width apart and relaxed in Shavasana way. And I'm going to lay my spine on the bolster, but the shoulders are going to come down to the ground. Get a little bit more. We want the shoulder heads to touch the ground, arms alongside the body. Now, if you can Shavasana here, then stay here. If this doesn't feel particularly comfortable for you and it's hard to get a nice smooth breath, then please, please, please take a more standard Shavasana. Wherever you are, just take a few clearing breaths. Release the throat, release the Ujjayi. Now, how can we use some of the symbolism of Vishuddha chakra? How can we start to shift our inner dialogue to one that is pure, one that represents the shining purity of Vishuddha? It takes practice. It takes practice. So one is checking the gates. And if you find yourself kind of getting caught up with an internal argument about the necessity of a certain thing or the kindness of a certain thing, then we can start to use some of the more abstract symbols to help us navigate. So the seed mantra for the Vishuddha chakra is Ham. So it's just like Aum with a Ha at the beginning. And the Ham is also supposed to approximate the sound of an exhale. It's just that it's linked phonetically, gently, loosely. And so if you find you're getting into arguments or your internal voice is
creating stress. Kind of come to neutral territory. So you could set up neutral territory by using the symbol of, or the mantra, the seed mantra. Whether saying it aloud or just imagining with every exhale the sound rippling through the body. If you want to pair it with a visual, you can imagine that crystal clear blue light centered at your throat, shining in all directions. With every inhale, feeding that light, and with every exhale, letting that light radiate through the body and outward. Through your peripersonal space. Cleansing and purifying. For these next couple of breaths, let your exhale be twice as long as your inhale. And let that exhale reverberate with the sound of hum. Whether you actually say it, vocalize it, or whether you're just imagining it in your body. Let your body vibrate to the note of hum. Last one. And then start to move through the fingers and the toes. Gently sway the head from side to side. If you like, take a nice big stretch. And if you're on a bolster or block, roll off of it. And if you're on the ground, just curl onto one side. I've curled onto my left. We usually curl onto the right because that allows the heart to be closer to the sky. But sometimes you feel like you want to give your heart a little snuggle. That's fine too. As you're ready, make your way to Sukhasana. And the strength of the symbol really depends on how often you use it, how often the brain is wired toward these associations. Our brain loves symbols, and our brain will create pathways to make those symbols create shifts in our minds. So if maybe blue doesn't work for you, that's fine. Maybe a space gray, because that also gets used for Vishuddha chakra. But consistency and practice is what really allows you to kind of come into a place of self-reflection, self-awareness on that particular matter. And so next time you find yourself getting down on yourself, let me just take a few hums, a few visualization of like maybe clear light, clear water, just kind of flushing through, particularly the throat, but you can have it flush through your whole body. To come into a place of self that recognizes the truth, the necessity, and the kindness of the words you speak to others and yourself. So we are going to finish our practice using our mantra. So let's go ahead and sweep the arms up on an inhale. Palms come together, settle on the heart center. We're going to use the hum and 3 shantis for peace. So let's take a big, big, big inhale, fill up, fill up, fill up. Long exhale through the mouth. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As you exhale, just gently tuck the chin, acknowledging and honoring the light of truth that shines within you and within all of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me live, fantastic. Or if you're joining me later, catching up. One of the things, if you like a particular live show and you would like to see it in an edited form, I am wholeheartedly willing to do something like that. Thank you very much, everybody. And I hope you have a lovely week, lovely rest of your week. And hope to see you again. Next week, we're moving up to Ajna. So we're going to get upside down. Goodbye, everybody.